Hey guys, it is Tuesday. Nice to see you. Tuesday in this kind of crazy weird week of like lots of stuff going on. But that's okay. It's nice to be here and I'm still here working and you're still at school or you're still at home or whatever you're doing. Hey, yesterday I was talking to you guys about writing and drawing and which kind of how I do them together. And that I don't kind of see it as two separate parts of the process, that it's all part of creating a story for me. And I was thinking afterwards, that reminds me of the first story that I ever wrote. Okay, so I want to tell you the first story I ever wrote. The first story I ever wrote, I was in kindergarten. Okay, so I was 5. And I couldn't write when I was 5. I don't know about you, but I couldn't write when I was 5. And so I would draw, like the teacher would get us to draw the story. And then you could go and tell her what the story said. So I thought what I would do is I will draw the first story that I ever wrote. Okay, so I'm going to do it kind of quickly. I know you can't see this yet, but that's all right. This is a true story. So I was sitting in kindergarten, and I remember doing this. And I was sitting across the road from a kid called David, and David was kind of watching what I was doing, and he found this all quite funny, which I think is kind of part of one of the reasons I end up doing what I'm doing now, is that I realized that that it can be quite fun creating stories because you can make people laugh. Okay, so this is what I did. Okay, so this was my story. And so I'm 5 years old, I've created my story. The bit that I haven't done, because I don't have a green pencil on me, is that I coloured it all in green. And then I went up to my teacher and I handed in my story, because what she had asked us to do was do squiggles up the top to say, to be kind of what the pretend words were, and then we could show her and tell her what the words were supposed to say, and she would write them in up here. And so I did that, and I went up to the teacher, and she looked at this, and she was like, "What is that supposed to say?" Like she didn't really want to know, and I said, "Well, the story is this: once upon a time, I went to the toilet. I did a poo. The room turned green. My mum, that's my mum, stuck her head in the door, and she turned green too. The end." And I thought it was quite good. My friend David across the across the table from me, he really liked it. My teacher, much less so, and she scrunched it up and threw it in the bin. But it did get me thinking. If you're stuck at home today, or if you're looking for an exercise to do, and if you don't like writing, but if you do have ideas for a story, try drawing a story. It's so much easier to write it afterwards, and you can do it better than this one. I did this one really quick, and plus I was 5, so it's quick judging it. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. So that's the story that I created when I was 5, and I don't do kind of much different now. I still create stories by writing and drawing at the same time. So whichever you prefer doing, use it to create something. Now the other thing I wanted to talk to you about really quickly was I've noticed that the comments are off on this video, and that's because YouTube have changed their settings. Okay, so something that I've always used to say in my older videos, and if you go back through my older videos of the book launches and all the crazy drawing stuff and things like that, I always tell you to like say hi in the comments or ask questions in the comments and I'll answer them. And then I realized that YouTube have changed their settings and you can't do that anymore. The reason is because what YouTube gets me to do when I upload this video is say if this video is suitable for kids. And I say yes. And if I say yes, which means it's easier for you to find it, if I say yes, then they disable the comments, okay? And they do that to keep us all safe, okay? And it's really annoying, okay? It's really annoying, but it's for a good reason. It's annoying because I really liked being able to kind of just talk to you guys and interact with you guys in that spot, and it's a public space. But also, as you probably know, on YouTube and other places on the internet, people can be real poop heads in the comments, okay? And I don't want my channel to be a place where people are poop heads in the comments. So YouTube have disabled comments, which means you guys can't kind of talk to me down there. If you do want to get in touch, I will give you what is in all of my Funny Kid books, which is my email address. Now, if you write to me, I will try and write back to you, but just once, okay? Some of you start to go a bit crazy and you send me 15 emails a day, and I won't answer 15 emails a day. And then sometimes you send me your homework, and you say, hey Matt, can you edit my homework? Here's the link to my Google Doc. I'm not gonna do that either, I'm sorry. But you can email me a question or something like that if you like to there, and I can answer it in one of these daily videos. So hey, the only other thing that I was thinking about was the fact that this whole coronavirus thing is going nuts, and so you're probably hearing about it at school. You're probably hearing about it from your parents, and the main thing that I just wanted to say was, in some countries, their schools are stopped. They've closed schools. In some countries, they've closed restaurants and shops. In some countries, they're telling everyone they have to stay in their houses. And I know some of you probably watching this are in that situation somewhere in the world. Where I am in Australia, they haven't done that yet, but they are telling everyone to be really careful, to make sure you're washing your hands, to make sure you cough into your arm, and to make sure that we're not kind of doing sloppy kisses in the playground, okay? So having a bit of, they're calling it social distancing, keeping a bit of distance from each other, just so that we don't spread this virus around. And if we do that, then we beat the virus. That's how we fight the virus. And actually, kids are really good at that. Kids are really good at fighting the virus by stopping it spreading. And this is the way that we stop it spreading. So keep paying attention to that stuff. Keep washing your hands a lot. Keep coughing the right way, all of that sort of stuff. And if you're sick, tell your parents you need to stay home. Cool. It's nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by my studio. I have a stack of work that I need to do today. I got most of what I needed to do yesterday done, which is good. But I've got a whole lot more drawing, and I've got some writing that I need to get done too today. So I'm going to get into it. But it's really nice to see you guys. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.